They say they
Mhm.
want to get healthy. How many people actually take action every single day and progress towards that? Not a lot of people do that. You see at the beginning of the year, January, I bet they're in
Mhm.
Las Vegas.
Mhm.
I remember all the gyms marketing in December and January for the first of the year. And those gyms are super busy for like the first
Mhm.
month and it dwindles off. And we see it around the nation, right? It's people are too busy. There's too much noise in the world for people to actually slow down and focus on one particular thing and become better at that.
Mhm. And I mean, I even had conversations with friends. I had a friend the other day saying, you know what, I kind of want to open up a restaurant. I want to do this and that. I'm like, well, why don't you do it? I mean, just do it. Like, don't even think about it. Just do it. Because
Right?
if
You
you
tell
just
them.
say,
Yeah.
I want to do such and such, you're just going to get stuck with saying, I'm going to do such and such. The same thing with working out. It starts just by doing it. You don't it's not one of those things that like you need to plan to start on a single day. If you make up your mind that say you're going to start eating better or go working out or whatever, just do it then and there.
Yeah. So there's a thing about habits.
Hmm.
People think they need to break bad habits. I'm pretty positive that I believe this right now, and the science and the data says this as well, is that you can't just stop a habit. You have to replace that habit. So, for example, if somebody's a smoker and you want to stop smoking, well, replace that bad habit with a good habit. Every time you go to pick up that pack of cigarettes, just pause it for 5 minutes, go for a walk for 5 minutes, and come back. You can do it for 2 minutes, 10 minutes. Just go for a walk, come back. And if you still have to do it, okay, now we have to address that. But I can't just stop doing something. I need to
Hmm.
replace a bad habit with a good habit. And this comes back to having people slow down and reflect like, what are the bad habits? And the way I define bad habits, and somebody has to define them for themselves, but is it take away from my health? Does it add value of resources, time and money and energy back into my family or my community or the work effort that I'm doing? And if the habit takes away from my health or takes away from my resources, then I consider it a bad habit and I'm not going to do it 100% of the times. Like, having a glass of wine. I had a glass of wine last night. I'm not going to do it every day,
Hmm.
but that's the habit. It's not a bad habit because I feel I'm doing it once a week. If I did it every single night, it becomes a bad habit. So we ask people to look at their habits throughout the day and then for them to classify which ones are bad and which ones are good. Like if they're good, they're moving you forward. And then just take one bad one. You don't have to take them all. Take one bad one and replace it with something positive that will help you get further ahead. And if you can do that with one simple thing, and reframe your mind that you're not stopping a bad habit, you're switching it. You're replacing it for something more valuable and you recognize how negative it was to your life. If you can do that one time and stay with it 4 to 6 weeks, your mind will start to shift and go, oh, this is actually beneficial. That's called personal experiences. It goes
Hmm.
back to changing that cognitive bias. You're reframing it yourself, and then you can pick another bad habit and replace that.
And I'm sure that it's also a thing that people convince themselves that the habit that they do have is not bad, right? That's also a thing.
I started laughing because I knew what you were going to say. Oh man, we as human beings, we can justify anything to ourselves. Like today, I may say, oh, I'm not going to step on that kitten. Tomorrow, I might step on the kitten. I will find a way, or we will find a way to rationalize it and justify it in our heads. And that becomes an emotional bias, right? And that's
Mhm.
something that we talk about at Everyday Spy a lot is being able to read. We start with talking about reading media and reading what other people are saying and reading their personalities and then reading our own personality. Am I that type of person that justifies and rationalizes all these bad habits? And I use the term self-authoring. If a person writes their habits down on a piece of paper, and then what's the outcome of this habit? Negative health, increase in health. That is data. It's black and white data. You can't refute it. Now, whether you want to continue to rationalize the black and white is healthy or not healthy, mate, that's ownership. It comes down to your ownership and accountability to yourself.